What's going on, guys? This is KaizShiroYGO. Welcome back. So, we are back with another video. So, for our video today, we're going to cover and tackle my banlist prediction for the upcoming OCG October 2023 banlist. So, the banlist will drop as early as tomorrow, Sunday. So, the banlist is very near. So, this video might be a little too late for a prediction video. But yeah, I just want to share my bold and fearless forecasts for that upcoming banlist. Some picks here are really crazy, but I do have some good reasoning that I will elaborate later on this video. So yeah, it is a very exciting season for us to welcome our new banlist. So let's dive in on my predictions. At first here, we have the ban section. We have the Kelbeck, the Ancient Vanguard. So I think it is one of the rightful hits that you can do to make the tier element suffer on this ban list, because tier elements has been a very relevant deck on the OCG format for roughly 1.5 years already, if I'm not mistaken. So tier elements has been on the meta game for a very long time, no? So yeah, I think it's about time to tone down the tier elements and put them in the coffin for good right now, because we have already anticipated that scenario for a couple of times already before. We have thought that Kit Kalos ban will really nerf the tier elements. We have thought that a lot of things already on the previous ban list that will hurt tier elements, but they are still one of the best decks on the format. So I think hitting the Kelbeck here is the correct option on the ban list for tier elements, and then the Agido, the Ancient Sentinel as well, because they function the same manner. They mill cards for the tier elements. Mill 5 is very absurd for a deck like tier elements. So yeah, I think Kelbeck and Agido should get banned on this ban list. The main reason why I didn't put the Chaos Ruler over the Kelbeck and Agido, because I think that hitting the Chaos Ruler can be quite subpar, because the tier elements can just use the Horus engine and make the Zombie Vampire rank 8 XYZ, and they just do the similar things with the Chaos Ruler. They mill 5 using those monsters. So yeah, I think Kelbeck and Agido is the bigger problem here, the elephant in the room. So yeah, I think Kelbeck and Agido should get banned, rightfully so, on this ban list this October 2023. So yeah, these are only my two cards for the ban section. Moving on, we have the limited to 1 or R1. We do have a lot of cards here on my wish list rather, for my R1 section. At first, we have Tidal. So I think Dragon Ruler will get some kind of support. So I think they will have some adjustments to make the Dragon Ruler playable at the very least. And I think Tidal into 1 will definitely help the Ice Barrier support that will come very soon on the OCG. And I think Water Archetype would be delighted with the Tidal limit here to 1. So yeah, I think Tidal should be at 1 on this edition of our ban list. And then next we have Magispector Unicorn Kirin. So yeah, this is also a very wild forecast from me, but I think Kirin at 1 should be fine at the very least. I know there's a lot of insane combos and ridiculous line of plays for the Pendulum decks, but I think they will push the agenda of supporting the Magispector, and they will do that by enabling the Kirin to 1 on this ban list. So yeah, I will definitely look forward on how the Pendulum will eventually get better, because Pendulum Magician is a very solid tier 1 deck right now on our format. So yeah, I think Kirin is quite really rich here, but I think it will definitely help the Magispector archetype with the Kirin unban. So yeah, I think Kirin at 1 should be fine for now. And then next we have Card of Demise. So I think this is a hit for the Runic, because I think if you hit Runic tip to 1, the Runic will definitely die from the format. So I think Card of Demise is a alternative hit that you can do to the Runic to tone down the consistency of Runic. Using the Card of Demise into 1, they will have a lesser draw power, and other decks like Metabeat and other old decks, stun decks, those annoying floodgate decks that relies on Card of Demise will also suffer. But I think Runic is a very big threat on the metagame. I think Runic has been quite around for quite some time now. Many have thought that Runic Fountain into one will spell the end for the Runic because they will automatically lose against a single Cosmic Cyclone. But I think Runic is still that good to shy away from playing this Runic because Runic is a very safe deck if you are going to consider all of the things on the metagame right now. They are very good against playing on the side deck portion of the game. They are quite good on game 2 and 3 because board breakers such as other cards like Droplet, Dark Ruler No More, all of those board breaker cards does nothing against the Runic. Even Lightning Storm is very subpar against Runic. So yeah, you need to have the specific outs for Runic to be able to play around the Runic stun oriented line of play from them. So you have to have Cosmic Cyclones, those evenly matched. So I think it's a very toxic deck right now on the format, and I think Demise will be a good hit to the Runic. And the next we have Zodiac Trident. So Zodiac has been dead for a very long time now since the Trizu meta. And yeah, I think it's about time to unlift the Zodiac Trident for them to have some playtime on this upcoming format. I think it is very safe to unban Trident. Especially we have cards like Arise Heart, which is 100 times better than Trident, to be honest. So yeah, if Arise Heart exists on our format, I think Trident should be at least at 1 on this modern Yu-Gi-Oh! On this 2023. So yeah, Trident to 1, I think I can vouch for that. And it can also help the Trizu and Zodiac as an archetype, of course. And then next we have the hit for the Rescue Ace, the most dominant deck right now on the format, the best deck. Widely regarded as the best deck on the format, we have the Rescue Ace Sinful Spoils. So Emergency to 1 will definitely cripple the consistency of Rescue Ace because you cannot hit the Sinful Spoils engine because Sinful Spoils is fairly new to the metagame, and I think Konami will still sell the products of the Agov to the market. So I think Emergency hit is the most optimal hit to the Rescue Ace marketing wise. So yeah, Emergency to 1, I think this is very rightful because Rescue Ace has been a very solid mid-range deck. It is a very consistent deck and it can literally win the game from just resolving the turbulence. So yeah, I think it won't hurt that Emergency should get go at 1 at the very least so that it can tone down the consistency of Rescue Ace. And then moving on, we have the Purely Delicious Memory into 1. I am really debated if Delicious Memory or My Friend is the right call for purely hit this ban list. But I would just go to Purely Delicious Memory to 1 because I think the My Friend Purely into 1 is very absurd for the Purely. I think Purely is still a very good deck right now on the format. It is one of the top decks on the format. So yeah, I think Delicious Memory into 1 should be a very viable hit to them. And I think the My Friend Purely hit will definitely make the deck dead if I'm going to just speculate things for the Purely. So yeah, I think Delicious Memory is the most fitting hit for the Purely in order to make them weaker but not that very weak. So yeah, moving on, we have Aluber, the Jester of Despia. So yeah, I thought of this Aluber hit because Branded has been a very solid deck for a very long time. Since 2021, Branded is on the meta game. So yeah, I think it's about time also to address the Branded because Branded gained some really massive support from the storyline of Albas and Dogmatica, those Albas lore. So yeah, I think even hitting Aluber to 1 on Branded right now should be fine. I think it will just lessen the consistency and resiliency of Branded. They will now lose harder to Ash Blossom. But yeah, I think you should address Branded as well because many people have been playing Branded for a very long time now. So I think Konami should make a move to do so that those players will invest on newer products. So yeah, I think Branded should get also hit because it's been relevant for a very long time. So this concludes my limited to R1 predictions. Moving on, we have the limited to R2 edition. So at first here we have Path of Extravagance. So yeah, I think PoE or Path of Extravagance should get hit on this upcoming ban list because of Labyrinth, of course. Labyrinth has been a very staple control deck, mid-range deck, and a very solid for the most part on our metagame. So yeah, hitting the consistency of Labyrinth should be addressed on Path of Extravagance. It can also be a hit for a lot of control decks on the format. So I think Konami will hit a bigger target here if they will address the Extravagance. And I think Labyrinth is a fine deck right now. It's not that overly powerful. It is just that good, but it's not extremely powerful or unfair. So yeah, I think PoE to 2 is a very good hit to the Labyrinth because you will not kill the deck, and I think it is just a minor consistency hit for the Labyrinth. So yeah, I think PoE to 2 is a good call here. And then moving on, we have Evenly Matched. So for the most part, control decks are not that good, to be honest, aside from Runic and Labyrinth, of course, those top tier control decks that are dawning on the metagame. I think aside from those decks, those Elite Shop Terror and Fluanderies and other decks like Dragon Maid, all of those control decks that are long forgotten from the OCG metagame format, I think they are very weak right now on the current game. So yeah, I think Evenly Matched should go at 2 to just ease the problem for those control decks. They really struggle against Evenly Matched because this is one of the most popular side deck options of many people because it addresses the control matchup. So yeah, I think Evenly Matched to 2 should really be here on my prediction because you want to make the game balance as possible so that different type of decks could shine on a different format, like a game where control decks can really have a chance. So yeah, I think Evenly Matched to 2. And then next we have Hornet Drones to 2. I think they will really support the Sky Striker agenda because we will have the upcoming last wave of support of Sky Striker and lore storyline and OCG stories of Sky Striker very soon. So yeah, I think Sky Striker will get a buff here on this edition of our ban list this October. So yeah, moving on, we have the unlimited section. We have Dino Wrestler Pankratops 2-3. Come on, Konami, you have created Fenrir at 3 before. So yeah, Pankratops at 3 should be not a problem to you. So yeah, I think Pankratops is a good card to answer decks that run some sort of floodgates and continuous traps. Those continuous traps that may hurt the game right now. I think Pankratops is a good card to answer that. Those summon limit, those floodgate cards that are mostly sided by people when going first on their deck that already plays around that floodgate. So yeah, Pankratops should be a good addition on our metagame so that we can have more side deck options rather than just Cosmic Cyclone. So yeah, Pankratops at 3. And then next we have Tri Brigade Fractal. This is hopium, to be honest. I'm a Tri Brigade player. All of my avid viewers knows that. So yeah, I will definitely wish for Fractal to go into 3 because I think Tri Brigade Pure is not that good, to be honest. I think Tri Brigade Pure is a bad deck. Even though I am using it, I think the deck is very power creep for a very long time now. So yeah, I think Fractal to 3 should be not a problem for the metagame. And then next we have Change of Heart to 3. It is just a better mind control in my opinion. And I think Change of Heart to 3 will be a very good addition as well on the side deck of many people. It will diversify the side deck of many people on our format. So yeah, I think Change of Heart should be at 3 just like the TCG format as well. So yeah, that sums up my banlist prediction for the October 2023 OCG Banlist. So thank you for dropping by on this channel. Hit the notification bell if you want to get more updated on my future contents, and see you on the next one. Peace.